Welcome to those who are watching on the replay. Happy Saturday. Oh, I gotta fix this. Okay, cool. I have that if I need that. Right, are we good here? Let's look. Hello, hello. That looks good. Happy Saturday. What is up? Welcome to the Saturday Night Live. What's up, y'all? Thank you for joining. How's everybody tonight? My name is Angelica. I'm going to be offering free and paid readings tonight. Go ahead and leave a comment, say hi, let me know where you're from, where you're at, how you doing. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Am I in the mood for a love reading? It really just depends on if spirit, kind of guides me there. Spirit has been kind of veering me away from love readings, but like I say before I get started, if I'm guided to you and you want a love reading, then we're just going to roll with it. Okay? So if that's what you want, go ahead and ask for it. You know what I mean? What's up, Katie? Are you in North Dakota? Is that what that is? Hi, Miranda. Thank you for the follow and the finger heart and the cat paws. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You would love the opportunity. You would love the opportunity. I like it. Yeah, North Dakota. What's up? How is it in North Dakota? I'm in Colorado, by the way. Let me know where you're from. How you doing? Happy Saturday Night Live. I'm going to be offering free and paid readings tonight. We're going to get started with free readings. And if, people start paying for readings, then I just switch over. Virginia. Hi, Virginia. Well, you're not Virginia, but like from Virginia. Michigan. Beautiful weather. That's awesome. Hi, Lisa. How are you? You found me. Tampa, Florida, Kansas. Hi, Brittany. Maine. I love it. I love it. Iowa. Fort Lauderdale. Nevada. Yay, Nevada. I see you, Miranda. I see you. Don't think I'm ignoring you. I see you. Turn off the invites. Okay, bye. Hold on. All right, over there. There. All right. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Welcome to Saturday Night Live. We're going to be doing free and paid readings tonight. Hi, Sarah. How are you, my dear? It's lovely to see you again here. Um, do, do, do. How much is do you mean how much is a reading, Brittany? Is that what you're trying to say? I'm in Denver. I'm from Denver, Colorado, born and raised. Havana, hello, hello. So welcome, welcome, y'all. Thank you for joining me for Saturday Night Live. It is, yeah, Denver's dope. So we're going to be doing free and paid readings tonight. And we're going to get started. I'm going to let you know how it all kind of works. So I just start with the free readings, and I refer to them as mini readings. They're more short, concise answers. And it's so that I can kind of get as many people as I can. However, if you are looking to kind of get on the list and ensure that you get read, because the way it works with free readings is that I just allow my intuition and spirit to kind of guide me to who needs to be read. Okay. And with that, if you want to ensure that you get read, or you just want to pay for a reading or whatever, then you can donate for a reading. Flight attendants. Are you a flight attendant? Is that what you're saying? You go to Denver frequently? Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's good. All right. So I see you, Sarah. Thank you for the roses, Lottie. Thank you for the tiny diny. I love dinosaurs. They're cute. Oh yeah, you are. That's dope. I had considered being a flight attendant at one time, but I didn't go into it for whatever reason. So here's how it kind of goes. If you are into a free mini reading, okay, go ahead and leave a comment with your name and a question. It can be general, open, health, career, etc. I was getting distracted by the screen. So the way it works with, you can do general, love, health, career. I will say that I feel like Spirit is guiding me away from love readings. However, if you want a love reading, or if you pay for a love reading, we're just going to roll with it, okay? And if I'm guided to you to give you, and you want a love reading, then we're going to go with it. And I don't do pregnancy or fertility readings. It's not my bag. And then for the free little mini readings, keep it to one question, okay? As for paid readings and paid services, here are my paid services, okay? We're like love general. I see you guys. My paid services are as follows, right? So my paid services always go first. It's $25 for readings, $39 for energy work, energy clearing. Your intentions always go in there as well. And then $39 for mediumship. That's connecting to loved ones who have passed, as well as multidimensional mediumship. And that is connecting to guides and or multidimensional aspects of you. Okay. My paid services, all the links to donate on my profile, if you are wondering, and then you got to let me know in the comments that you donated. Okay. Because I don't always get notified right away. So I'm going to start to scroll through the comments. And the way this works is I just kind of go to whoever I feel, that's not pulling me, but, I feel guided to. And Spirit's kind of guiding me too. And if you have any questions about anything, please feel free to ask. All right. Hold on. Debbie, I feel called to you, my dear. You said, hello, I would love to know if you see me returning to my old job, or is there a new opportunity? You said, who am I? Okay, Debbie. Okay, that's what I thought. My first instinct is with this is it almost feels like I would encourage you to not go backwards. Unless that totally feels like super in alignment with you and you're like, I'm so excited to go back to this space. The way that I feel it doesn't feel like that's where you would be suited, or it feels like old energy to me, basically. So I would encourage you to look forward and manifest a new opportunity, because there's new opportunities all around you. However, it gets to be your choice, right? Because you are the authority over your life, Debbie. But that's kind of what I feel for you, okay? I feel like there's other opportunities for you. Hi, Marty, I see you. And if you're new here, let me know. If you're new here, you're not sure how this thing works, please let me know. Let's see. Hi, Amanda. I see that you're new here. Thank y'all for hanging out. Kelsey, you asked, will I be able to let go of Cody for good after I see him in October? I feel like, let's see, what's the best way I can put it? There's like a cord or an attachment there. And the way to dissolve that is I would say, to get to the root of the issue of why you're still attracted to this person. You may, and when I say attracted, I don't necessarily mean like physically attracted. I'm just saying like energetically attracted to this person. It feels like if you do the work to release, to kind of come to an understanding, come to whatever recognition or self-awareness that is necessary to identify that cord and why that cord is still there, so that you can dissolve it and therefore release that cording. Yes. But like it depends on how you choose to align, and it depends on which timeline you're on at the time that you see this person. Okay. I hope that helps. How long have I been doing readings? I've been reading people my whole life. I started this back in 2020 because I was doing a lot of healing work, and I was like, this sounds fun. Like I could do really good at reading, because I'm really good at reading people anyway. Been doing it my whole life. So I've been doing it since about 2020, but I've been reading people my whole life. You're welcome, Debbie. I'm totally back. I'm totally I'm totally behind on all of the messages. You're new, Honey Wilds. It's nice to have you here. If anybody is new here, let me know if you want me to explain anything or how this works. Thank you. Welcome to all the newbies. It's lovely to have you here. Thank you for hanging out. All right. Hold on. Wait. What's going on there? August, you're asking, will my foot heal within the next 2 months? Again, it depends on the timeline that you're on and that you choose to be on and that you align to. There is a timeline that is available to you, but you have to align to it. That said, what I'm picking up within your feet, usually when I see like foot issues or people with foot issues, it tends to be about like the path that you're on, and like a misalignment with the path that you're walking. Um, and so I would invite you to look into the path that you're on and any misalignments. So I would maybe, and I would maybe ask you, how aligned do you feel within the path that you're walking? Do you feel like you are fulfilled and happy and ecstatic and joyful in with the path that you're walking currently? Metaphorically, it's not a foot joke or anything. But like legitimately, because it feels like there's some misalignments and the energy isn't flowing the way that it could be. And because of that, blocked energy, it's manifesting as foot issues in order to get you to kind of slow down and question and recognize maybe what's misaligned in your life. Okay. I know that seems a little vague, but that's what I get for you, my dear. I hope that helps. Yeah, that was my cat. He comes down here and gets really, really like loud sometimes. um, Krista, you're asking if someone broke into your home while you were away? All right, let's check in. Okay, so I'm gonna connect to you and then like I'm just gonna feel into the home situation. And if I don't get anything, I'm gonna say, hey, I'm not getting anything. I'm just gonna be super honest and transparent here, okay? Because I don't always have all the answers, and I'm not gonna pretend like I do. um, I I don't I don't get any I don't get any feelings about it, anything. It kind of comes through um it kind of comes through it doesn't really I don't get anything that comes through of like malicious intent. I don't know, was there a window broken? Was there like a window broken or something? I kind of see window like a window being broken, but that's all I see, and I don't even know if that's accurate. That's kind of like the only information that I'm getting. Um this, I don't know. I don't know that this would be, that I'd be able to answer it in a short little, mini reading. But I don't get anything. Here's the thing. I get that there was someone there, but I don't know if they got scared off or something. That's kind of like the sense I get. And here's the thing, the deeper thing. Okay, here's the deeper thing that you might want to take away from this. It's because there's actually, you're still, let's see. There's still a part of you that's manifesting from um, the point of view of being a victim. Um, and you can shift that, you can shift your reality really quick and shift out of that timeline where, this person would come back or whatever. It's really just about you uncovering and recognizing where within your own self you're still feeling like a victim or manifesting situations in which you might be victimized. Does that make sense? Because it's really interesting the way that I feel this. It's almost like this timeline flashed in and flashed out. I wouldn't necessarily be worried that this is going to happen again. I feel like it happened in order to bring up the fear, bring up the worry, because that's reflecting to you. That's letting you know that there's still an aspect of you that is resonating on that frequency. Okay. So it's really about uncovering, discovering the parts within you that are still resonating or in resonance with fear, in resonance with being a victim. Okay. I hope that helps you. It's a really interesting. It's really interesting the way I feel it. Um, you're welcome, August. I don't even know if you're still here, but yeah. They do. Cats sense spirit. Of course they do. They are from spirit. Hi, Erica. How are you, my dear? Has anything kind of, I've been thinking about you. Has anything kind of set in a little bit more? Is anything making sense yet? Krista, you're so right. Absolutely. Yeah, that's just kind of what I'm getting. Take it or leave it. So Jennifer, I don't do pregnancy or fertility readings, my dear. I'm sorry. It's just not my bag. um, Hi, Taryn. How are you? It's lovely to see you again. Wait. Who was that? Let me scroll back. Oh, okay. 1 second. It does? Okay. I'm glad, Krista. I feel it's a really interesting, it's really interesting. In any case, I'm glad it helped. um, Kayla, you're asking stomach, about your stomach, if you have a problem with your stomach. It feels like, and please always do like your own diligence to kind of fill into your own intuition, into your own body consciousness, but it's definitely telling you something. What I get from it is, I keep hearing prebiotics and or probiotics. I know there's a difference. I think it's one is, I don't remember. I'm not going to even try to go in there now. But I keep hearing that. because I would say just know that we have three brains in our body, which is our brain up here. Other brain is our heart, and the third brain is our stomach. And if we're not maybe feeding it properly or taking care of it properly, it's gonna develop, like some issues can develop. But I hear prebiotic, probiotic. I just feel like there's some digestion stuff, and typically like maybe a more spiritual meaning behind that is not being able to like digest information or process certain information. So that would lead me to ask you if there's any unprocessed trauma or unprocessed, like that keeps coming up and that you're like, nope, I don't want to process it. Or if there's any emotional baggage that you keep carrying around that is, I hear the word nagging, almost like nagging at you. Like, hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm here. And it's because you're not processing it. You're not actually digesting it and letting it move through your system so that you can excrete the waste, so to speak. That's kind of what I get from that. But other than that, I'm feeling maybe pre or probiotics or both. But please do your own due diligence and listen to your own body consciousness. That's just what I'm hearing. Okay. I hope that helps. Let's see. Okay, cool. I know you're gonna have me. You're gonna have me reading again tonight. Yeah, I've been. I was like, I'm talking to Erica. I've been like, why? I don't understand. But that's my ego. So I'm doing my best to let my ego like not get in the way of it. But I've been thinking about it too. I'm not going to lie, I feel really good. Tired but good. That's awesome, Taryn. I'm glad. Oh, okay. I'm glad this one popped up again because I was feeling this one earlier. Kimberly, you're asking, is my daughter's stepmom saying bad things about me to her? So here's the thing. Spirit gonna get a little tough love, okay? So not like mean, but Spirit has a little bit of tough love. The first thing I hear is who cares? It's like I do understand, and that's not to invalidate your experience. I definitely understand like you wouldn't, the feeling of not wanting someone else to, maybe be telling, this little young person that's very impressionable, um, things that may be untrue or hurtful or maybe skew her, her perception or how she sees things or how she sees people, how she sees you. Um, and so it does feel like there's a little bit of that. Um, it might not even be super overt. It might be like little passive aggressive comments. And that's her. That's her. That's her circus. That's her monkeys, my dear. That's her shit that she needs to work out for herself and within herself. That's her gift to come to reconcile with when she's ready. The thing that what it's reflecting to you though is the anger, the hurt, feeling victimized, feeling betrayed, feeling resentful. It's reflecting to you all of the emotions that you're feeling that actually relate to and the past. What you're actually doing is, I understand that you feel how you feel in this moment, but it's actually just activating the same feelings that you felt in the past. And this person, this lady, is a reflection of that to get you to become aware of this old stuff that is not serving you. Because The other part of this is how do you want to present yourself? And the big word that I hear is integrity. Do you want to be in your integrity? Do you want to fight and stoop down to this level, to this vibration? You know, if she is. So there's a lot of little things here to kind of consider and to maybe feel into. But I would say, what I would ask you, what does, it's not, because it's not really about her, it's about you. It's only ever about you. It's only ever about you. So I might ask you, what, like the feelings, the emotions, the situation, what does it remind you of from your past? Because it's your past that's wanting to be reconciled in this moment with this reflection of this person. Because how we show up to any kind of situation, our vibration, how we show up, who we choose to be, we can actually evoke a different version of them if we choose to change our own reflection first. Okay? So if you shift this really dramatically within yourself, you could actually evoke a different version of this your daughter's stepmom, and she'd just stop out of nowhere, and you'd be like, wait, who is this person? Wait, what? That's how powerful we are as creators. That's how powerful we are, to be able to like evoke a different version of someone, rather than just like these low vibrational versions of people. So it's really just a reflection of like what part of you is still, in pain, is in fear, is in resentment, or is in anger, or, whatever the emotions are there. It's asking yourself, where am I still feeling this? You know what I mean? What does it remind you of? Okay. I hope that helps. Um, Lisa, I need to know if I'm going to be okay in the future. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that, sober Bo. I need to know if I'm going to be okay in the future. Thinking about it gives me anxiety. Well, the thing is because you're so focused in the future, you're not present here and now. Here and now is where you have your power, but it's almost like you keep leaking all of your focus into the power or into the future. And it's not to say don't do the things now that are going to build us up, or that are going to build a better future, so to speak. But the way that it comes across to me, Lisa, is it feels like you're already anxious about thinking about the future. So here's what you're doing is you're projecting that anxiety into the future. So basically what you're doing is you're creating all of these timelines where all of that anxiety and anxiousness, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you're projecting this feeling of anxiety into the future, because where our focus goes, energy flows, right? So you're flowing all of your focus, all of your energy, all of your power into an anxious filled, an anxiety filled future. So you're recreating, you're activating all of these timelines in which you're going to be anxious in all of them. So the trick here is to deal with the anxiety. I've said this on several of my lives. Anxiety is typically a result, from my own perspective, from my own experience. Anxiety is usually a result of unprocessed emotional baggage, unprocessed emotional, stuff, emotional energies, emotional baggage, traumas that haven't been fully processed or let go, like traumatic energies, and self-limiting beliefs or fear-based beliefs. So, I mean, it's it could be, all three of those things combined. It could be a little bit of each one, or different combinations of each one. But the big thing here is you gotta deal with the anxiety, and you gotta learn to release the anxiety. So a lot of it is doing the shadow work to release the old stuff, and then also positive focus. I would refer you to Dr. Joe Dispenza. His work is amazing. And there's like all kinds of different other, information out there in order to like positive focus. And it's not about bypassing how you're feeling. It's not about bypassing, like, I'm just going to ignore how I'm feeling. You got to face that shit head on, or else it's going to creep up in your life, and you're going to create all of the timelines, or all of the timelines that you create are going to be reflections of all of the different, or they're going to have reflections of all of the different trauma energies, unprocessed emotional energies that you have not yet faced. Okay, so it's about dealing with the stuff, dealing with the root issue, and yeah. But and the other part of this is you're like, am I going to be okay in the future? Because you're focusing so much in the future, you're not realizing that you're okay here and now. You're giving all your power away. You got to like focus on the present moment, because the present moment is the only place that we have power. There is no such thing as the future. It's only ever now. There's no such thing as the past. It's only ever now. So you got to deal with the things here and now, and remember, like, am I okay? Do I have everything I need here and now? And you got to build it up like a muscle. Okay. So there's a lot of different things here and moving parts to remember and to maybe integrate into your life. But I would say you got to deal with the old stuff, the old hurt, the old heartache, the old things, as well as learn how to be grateful here and now, appreciate here and now, and accept where you are here and now. And that remember that your power is here and now. And this is where you get to create a better future, so to speak. It's only ever now. But here and now is where you get to create all of that. And when you're always in the future, or always focusing on the future, you're forgetting that you're here and now, not there and then. Okay. So, I'll leave you with that. Otherwise I can go on and all day. um, nothing in particular, Erica. Just like, I just was just more like wondering, like, why did it come in like that? I'm always trying to discern and refine my gifts, my abilities. And it's more like, I wonder why it came in like that. Was there another way that I wasn't thinking, that, that it was like, it was meant for? Why was I seeing it like that, etc.? Should you do another like, what kind of reading were you thinking, Erica? Hi, Karen. How are you? I'm still scrolling through the comments, guys. Thank you. No, she's just acting different towards me. This is Kimberly. She's just acting differently towards me. I've been doing shadow work. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, just keep doing that because what you're doing is it feels like, first of all, congratulations on doing your shadow work. Yes, I love to hear that. Um, it feels like she's just a reflection of like the shadow stuff that you're excavating in your field, and so it feels like there's just some reflections of that. Okay. But I feel like if you shift out of that, as you do your process with your shadow work, it feels like, um, the more you shift out of that old stuff, that it's going to be a different relationship, or a different version of her. I hope that makes sense. You say hi to Adam. You say hi to Adam. He's your guide. He's not my guide. Ooh, excuse me. um. Okay. Oh, I didn't. I didn't. Did Michael pass too? I didn't know that, Lisa. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I get that. Nothing makes sense anymore. It's actually giving you the opportunity, Lisa, to re-know yourself and like to um I keep hearing identity. So like the old ways that you've identified through, your relationships, or the way you've identified yourself in the past, these the transformation that they have, them passing on, is giving you the gift and the opportunity to know yourself, to re-identify yourself in a new way. And that can be scary. For sure, that can be scary, of like, I don't know who I am. Yeah, for sure. Um, you're welcome, Lisa. I hope that helps. I love you. Um, it depends on what kind of, like, are you talking about just a read, like a regular reading, Erica? What's up, Casey? AKA Kaylee. See, sometimes I remember names and sometimes I don't. um, I here. Oh, so what I'm hearing, Erica, is maybe not a mediumship yet. If you were looking for a reading, that would be a little bit more. I don't know why. Because you know what? Sometimes you could, because like I also feel a little like that threw me the way the fuck off. Usually I'm spot on. And that, to be honest, to be transparent, that threw me off. So if I tried to do a mediumship for you, I might, like, it's almost like I psyching myself out. Reading might be easier and can tap in, and then you can ask certain questions. But like mediumships, I don't know, for some reason, some people, the information gets misconstrued, or it gets turned around in my head, and I haven't figured out why yet. Um, but let me know. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. My cats are doing something up there. Um, okay, all right. So, where are we at? Okay. Scrolling. Okay, Miranda, you're asking. No, that's not really spamming, Miranda. I've had people spamming, and that's nowhere near what that is. You're asking, is your intuition right? Do you have MS? Let me do a quick scan. Oops. Let me do a squeeze. Taryn, I'm working on it. If you give me just a little bit of time, I'm working on it like fucking right now. um, but give me a minute. The readings, Erica, are 25. Okay, Miranda. So let me see. Let me just kind of tune into your energy, your highest self, and see what's going on. So I'm not familiar with, like, I know what MS is, but I don't know, I'm not familiar with like what parts of the body would be affected. But what I'm feeling is the spine. So I don't know if the spine is being affected or if you're feeling different things in the spine, but it feels like your spine is being activated in a certain way. Um, and because, ooh, how do I say this? So I'm gonna do my best. So we got our chakras, right? We got our different energy vortices, right? We got the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar, the sacral, the root, right? And the spine goes right along with it. And as those energy vortices spin, they're spinning discs of energy. And as they spin, they say like if one has a kundalini awakening, that energy starts to rise up the spine, and it's able to like move in and out and all the way through your, yeah, all the way up and out your spine, and around, and all of the different ways. So, and your spine is kind of like chambers. Um, I don't know how to describe it, but essentially they're very kind of complex chambers, your spine, that hold energy. And if you have older energy stuck in your spine, or old energy that hasn't been moved, that needs to be moved, it feels like it's going to manifest as some kind of illness or disease that affects the spine. And that's kind of what I feel here. I'm not sure what MS is. Like, I know it's multiple sclerosis, but I don't know if it affects the spine or what it affects. What it feels like to me is that if you allow the energy to move, and you move the old energy out of the spine, it feels like you wouldn't you, you wouldn't experience the symptoms, or I'll say symptoms that you're experiencing now. It feels like it's old energy that's stuck in the spine that's wanting to get out. Okay, I can be totally wrong. I'm not going to sit here and but that's what it feels like to me, so I'm going to relay it like that. And you could be right. That's not to say that you're wrong or anything. You could be right that it's manifesting as MS. I tend to, when I do readings, I tend to tune into the root cause. And that's what I feel is like, if I see energy getting stuck in the spine, in like the little the little caverns of the spine, the spinal, the vertebrae, in some of the vertebrae, it feels like it's getting stuck, and it's manifesting as, it's manifesting in this way, that it's inhibiting movement. Okay. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope that helps. Um, me and you, let's go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm making a whole I'm making it's going to be a whole group thing, like group course, mentorship thing. I just, I have all the information and I just got to organize it and put it all together. I've been working on it. But like, if you want to, if, and that's the thing is if you want to work with me, okay? But like, I've had other people tell me kind of the same thing, Taryn. I'm like, oh my God, it's like, it lights a fire in my ass to even keep on going, um, because it tells me I'm on the right track. Um, oh, you were trying to pay for a reading, but Linktree won't come up. That's weird. Sometimes you got to go back and try it again. I've sometimes every now and then people will be like, this isn't working, this isn't working," and sometimes it's just yeah, it's either not meant to be, or if you click it a few times, like it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And sometimes it does go through. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I will put you. I will put you on my list, Taryn. And when I have everything done, and when I go into like marketing it or just putting it out there, I'll let you know. Um, oh, Annette, it could be both. You're asking, not sure if it's the blue jay or butterfly that um, is your daughter's sign for you. It could be both. Which one? I would ask you, which one does it feel like when you see a blue jay? Think about when you see a blue jay. Do you think of your daughter? And think of when you see a butterfly. Do you think of your daughter? If the answer to either is yes, then it's yes. It could be both. Absolutely, Taryn. And I'm like, I'm gonna go work on this now. Oh, you see both? Then I would say yes. Then it's both. I'm always gonna encourage you to tune into your own like intuition, um, and I like to help people tune into that. Is to be able to like tune into that and tune into how to discern, because it took me a long time to learn how to like discern what is this and what is that. But like if I just slowed the f down, it became a lot clearer. But it was a process. um oh, Erica, you paid. Okay, hold on one second. All right, hold on one second. Let me write down your name. Okay. Okay, you're asking if there's any information that wants to come through on your daughter, that she has mental issues. Will she ever be healed? And is there anything I need to know about my life? You're welcome, Katie. All right. Okay, you said I'm just tuning in and writing it down so that I don't have to scroll back up. And then your life. Okay. All right. So tuning into your energy, it feels like we're going to go to your daughter first. Okay. So I'm just going to connect to her through your connection to her. First thing I'm hearing to bring to the conversation is that how we perceive something or someone or their experience, how we perceive their experience can it we have to remember that that's our lens covering or coloring their experience, and it might not be accurate. It might be accurate to what they're experiencing, but it might not. So the first thing that I'm hearing to bring to the conversation is remember that you might be coloring her experience. Not to say that she's not having mental issues and, stuff going on. It's more like your lens is coloring her experience because we're always projecting, right? So, and if we have certain, we have our own traumas or experiences that are also coloring that lens, it could also be distorting our lens. Does that make sense? So that's just one aspect that they want me to bring in, is just remember that your perception of her, and if she's ever going to be healed of it, that is keeping you and her locked in a certain set of timelines. Okay, but if you kind of allow yourself to release the idea of her needing to be healed and going more into acceptance of that's where she is for whatever reason, making peace with it, you can actually help to unlock more timelines where those mental issues or whatever's going on in the mental realm, because I can feel it, where that kind of starts to shift and it becomes a different kind of experience, or at least that it has the capacity to shift. I hope that makes sense, because we're talking on a quantum level, and we're talking about how powerful we are as creators, and a lot of times we have resistance to certain experiences, or we don't want, especially if she's your daughter, right? Like, you don't want her to like struggle or to hurt, or you know what I mean. And so it's definitely understandable that you wouldn't want her to experience something that might to you be unpleasant, or however it is you're defining it. But it's also remembering that we're powerful creators, and our lens, our perception, is going to color certain things and activate certain timelines and keep those timelines active. And until we remember how to collapse those timelines, coming into acceptance. Like, okay, this is where we're at right now. I'm going to be here for you, and we're here. I'm here for you. I'm going to support you, and you coming into a greater acceptance around all of it. It can allow your reality to begin to shift. It can allow her reality to begin to shift. That's not saying things are going to it has to, or that it will shift, or that she will heal. It's more about like your experience, and it's more about your experience and your ability to remember these subtleties of how you're feeding certain timelines and you're keeping them active. Okay, so you were talking a little bit, they want to take me into something else. Is this Okay. I don't know if this is, okay, let me know. I don't know if this is it, because we're talking about mental stuff, and I don't know that I have to know, but I'm just going to ask because that's what I'm feeling to ask. Is it something along the lines of like bipolar or schizophrenia? Is it something like that? Or am I way off again? um, I don't know why they're having me ask, but they're having me ask like what it is. Um, oh, yes, and Tourette's. Okay. Okay. Oh, Tourette's. Okay. Tourette's. Okay, that's interesting because you brought that in and I can feel that. That just feels, hmm, okay. There's a lot of information swirling, so give me a moment or two just to kind of make sense and formulate words. Because you brought Tourette's into it, and then I can feel that come in, that layer. At the root of it, the way that I sense it is there's energy that wants to be expressed that is not being expressed. And there's also an aspect of it that feels like because it it feels like a part of it feels like it's in the blood because it feels like, something in, oh, that's interesting. I would say the feminine energy has been suppressed or suppressed in expression for so long that it's manifested in a way where it manifests as Tourette's. It's just energy that needs to be expressed. Um, it feels like there's something else that might come up regarding the Tourette's, but really Tourette's, from what I've understood of it, just from a spiritual standpoint, is it's energy that has been suppressed that needs to be expressed. And the more that you can accept that it happens and it's energy that needs to be expressed and articulated in whatever way, then it starts to release the resistance because what we resist persists. Okay. So it just feels like there's some like, oh, I don't want this. I don't want this for her. But it's creating resistance. And it feels like there's a link between you and her, not just because she's your daughter, but it feels like it's what's manifested in her is it's another reflection of you in the way that um what are the words? They didn't manifest in you, or they're manifesting you in a different way, but they're manifesting in her in more overt ways to show you that like there's some resistance there, and maybe calling for acceptance, like greater levels of acceptance, perhaps forgiveness, but acceptance, I would say mostly. The mind stuff, the up and down, that is going to come in. That's going to come in with greater acceptance and compassion. And sometimes I think sometimes that can be difficult depending on who you are and where you are and with the things of accepting it. But I think I feels like maybe one of her biggest, maybe not biggest challenges, but one of her themes is acceptance and learning to accept how she is and who she is with these things being, that's how she's expressing right now. Not that that's going to be how she expresses forever, but it feels like acceptance, like true acceptance, not just being like, okay, I'm going to accept this, and it's inauthentic. It's not truly genuine. It feels like as she learns to accept herself, these parts of herself will come back because it's feels a little fragmented. Um, not that there's anything wrong with her, but the energy feels a little bit fragmented to me. And it's expressing like this because it is fragmented. So it feels like acceptance is the big here, the big takeaway, I would say. With you accepting, not that you don't love her, but accepting that, this is part of her experience and her also accepting that it's part of her experience and not like wanting to reject it or deny it or just, being frustrated with it. That just creates more resistance. And that might be a part of your process, like both of your process of to move through the resistance. Because it feels like that's what's happening. It feels like it's related to the ancestry, and she's here to break those, break a lot of the patterns, the stuff from the past, and to help activate the DNA. And so it's manifesting her in a different way in order for her to like help activate the DNA in the bloodline, as well as like deactivate some of these other things that are currently active. I hope that makes sense. But that's kind of what I feel from her as far as that. It feels like acceptance. You got to lean into acceptance. You don't have to, but that's how I feel it is like I would invite you to lean into acceptance more and more. What am I not accepting about this? How can I accept that this is part of her reality and is also part of my reality? How can I just accept it and lean into it? And this is where it's at right now. You were asking if is she ever going to heal? And it feels like acceptance is the key. Because acceptance dissolves so much. It dissolves because when we're in acceptance, we're not creating resistance. And what we resist persists. So if we're accepting of everything, no matter how it's showing up or no matter whatever, and we're choosing to accept it no matter what, that can move mountains. Okay? It does feel like acceptance is the key. I don't get anything like as far as will it be completely healed? I don't get anything like that. It feels like that would be a timeline thing. And depending on choices, that's going to shift the timeline. So I would say accept, 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 and lean into acceptance where you can, because that's going to shift the energy. Okay. As far as you said, okay, your life. Okay. All right. You said your life. Anything that you need to know about your life? They're showing me cards. So I'm just going to set the intention to bring any high benevolent information, messages, insights for Erica, for her highest and best good, and to serve her along her journey, her path. So what about her life wants to come up or be highlighted? Whoa, that's a lot. Okay, so let's, all right. All right. Oh man. Okay. Wow. All right. Okay. We're just gonna start there. So your first card is victimhood. Okay. And if you look on the bottom here, this is about releasing victimhood, and this is about releasing victim consciousness. Okay. So it feels like it's also connected to your daughter. This is part of what I feel coming through the bloodline, through the ancestry. Okay, the feeling of always feeling like a victim to your circumstances, always feeling like a victim to people, or whatever. So it feels like there's some victim consciousness going on that is you're being given the opportunity to become more aware of the deeper layers of where this stems from, because it feels like it goes at the very least a couple generations back. So I'm feeling behind me, I feel at least grandmother, great grandmother, I would say great grandmother, and even, oh God, they keep giving me different numbers. At least starting there, that it feels pretty prominent. Okay. So as it pertains to, let's see, victimhood. Okay, the invitation. The invitation here is to go a little bit deeper than maybe what you're comfortable with. This gets to be your choice, so you definitely don't have to listen to me. But the opportunity is there, and the alignment. Everything is aligned for you to do this a lot more easily. Not to say that there won't be some maybe harder or more dense emotions to process with these things, but the energy is supportive right now for you to do the things and go really deep, and to shift it really quick. Okay, so victimhood, finding and excavating and recognizing where you might still be feeling like a victim inside. And that might bring up some unconscious beliefs about victimhood, and about where you are, about where you're like that glass ceiling. You always hit that glass ceiling and you just can't go further, or the government and the way they do, just feeling victimized in whatever aspect of your life. Okay, whether it's career, whether it's love, whether it's generally just life living. That is the big invitation. It's a big invite. Okay, the other part of here, what it feels like is underneath that victimhood or the victim consciousness, it feels like it's actually locking up your clairsenses. Okay. I typically will get this card when, does it even matter? How it pertains to this reading is it feels like along your, I want to say mother's mother. I want to say it's in the female lineage on your mother's side. Feeling a victim, feeling like a victim, and it's locking up, almost deactivating your clairsenses. So it feels like healing any parts of you that still feel like a victim would actually help you unlock and activate more of your clairsenses, like your ability, like psychic abilities, I mean, I don't know what specifically your abilities are, but like your clairsenses, whether it's clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairaudience, clairsentience, there's other clairs out there as well, but those are like the four main. So this victimhood stuff feels like it moves back again on that in the matriarchal lineage, and it feels like it goes down to your daughter. And it feels like that's part of why it's the things in her have manifest, like the mental stuff has manifested the way it has, because there's some energy that's been locked up in that lineage, and they're telling me to they're telling me to say this, that when someone in our lineage dies, like when our ancestors died and they lived like a really disempowering life and they weren't able to like feel empowered, or they weren't able to like break the chains, or they were like, there's a lot of people's ancestors that were slaves, right? That pain, that trauma, it gets passed down. If it wasn't resolved in their life, that trauma gets passed down the line until it gets resolved. So that's what it feels like. They're telling me to say that and to relay that, because it feels like that might be part of why your daughter has manifested the issues that she has, or that those issues have manifested in her the way they have, because this energy that feels suppressed and feels victimized, it is been passed down and passed down and passed down, and it hasn't been fully healed yet. Okay, so this is so as it pertains to your life, I would really strongly invite you to look into not just healing yourself, but also making the intentions of helping your ancestors heal, or at least the ones that want to heal, because not all of our ancestors want to heal. Because that's going to help release a lot of the old stuff, and it actually might help your daughter heal as well. Kind of bring that, balance those mental capacities a little bit more, as well as allow that energy that feels suppressed within your daughter to be more easily, I don't even know how to say it. I feel it in terms of how it's expressed through the lineage, and words like the English language, just words as we understand them, they're so limiting. But it feels like it would help to alleviate some of those symptoms that your daughter has, okay, which would also in turn help her to heal those things. Is there anything else? Okay, they want me to do one more card. Okay, last card. Is this where we're going? Is this the resolve? Whoa. All right, okay. All right, Jesus. There's a lot going on in your field, because like I have all of the cards wanting to flip over. So your last card is balance, and this is where you're going. This is where you're being guided to. And if you look at the bottom of this card, this is an initiation. So you're going through an initiatic process. Initiations can be intense. but they're there to help us learn and understand and become more self-aware and learn the lessons, grow, evolve. Of course, we don't always have to, we have choice, free will, so we don't have to, but that's what it feels like, is you're being led towards a greater balance. And this feels like heart and mind balance, which would help the bipolar. It would also help the Tourette's, anything in the mental space, and having to do with like balancing that with the emotional space feels like it would help just the whole lineage in and of itself, that whole matriarchal lineage. That's it feels a little victimized, it feels a little suppressed, and it feels like, it's like, hey, like this stuff is still manifesting, somebody who's gonna do this, you know what I mean? And so it feels like you're being called to balance, 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 balance. And that is going to be a process of initiation. And initiations are not always, it depends on it depends on your perception of them, but sometimes we can perceive them as not being so pleasant or as being, sometimes they're really intense and they really require us to learn and fucking grow and to implement and incorporate and integrate what we've learned into our life. Not just be like, oh, okay, I learned the lesson, and then like we forget the lesson 2 days later. No, we integrate and implement those things into our life. So it's requiring deep, big strides in growth, okay, in order to balance that feminine energy that I keep feeling coming in for you. And that would be the resolve. So going from victimhood, unlocking the clairsenses, moving towards balance. Okay? That's what I feel for you. Does any of that make sense? And always, as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'll have all of these, I'll have all the weeks lives on my YouTube channel this weekend by tomorrow night. So if you need to sit with the information, like watch it over again, definitely, do that if that's something you're called to do. But feel into what was said here and take action wherever you feel inspired, is what I would say. Yes, it does. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad something finally made sense. All right. Other than that, yeah, I feel everybody kind of moving out of my field. So thank you, Erica. I'm glad that it makes sense. I'm glad you entrusted me to do a reading for you, because that really kind of hurt my ego yesterday when I was like, really? What's not going? So I'm glad. Need some healing for sure. I have a ton of shit in my life. Yeah. Like I told Taryn, I'm working very, very feverishly of getting a course and a mentorship out. I don't know when it's going to be out, but like I'm working on it. I've had the information, written it all down over, since 2016, I've had this information. And I've gone through my whole process, and I'm finally in a place to help others expedite their process so they don't have to go through all the shit that I did. And I can give them tools and things to help expedite their process and support for that process. So if that's something that interests you, let me know. But yeah, like I feel like we need this, especially as women. I'm called to help women, because that can be, especially when we feel disempowered or we feel like a victim, or we know we have abilities, and they feel like they're not working, or we feel like a victim, or we feel like our sensitivity is a curse, like I'm here for that. That's exactly. So, oh my God. All right. All right. Thank you for saying that. Okay. That's lighting a fire up under my ass. So I'm glad. Yeah, Taryn. Oh, it's Taryn. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. It's lighting a fire up under my ass. I've been working on it all week. And I'm just getting the structure down, and then I need to just keep on going, but I'm going to have it out here soon. So I will let you know, Taryn. So you would love to? Oh, you also had a different reading? Yeah, you definitely do, Taryn. You definitely do. All right. So if Taryn, if you would message me, it doesn't matter if it's through TikTok or email, let me know what you would like to learn. Like if you would like something that would help you learn and distinguish or identify like what abilities you have, or releasing trauma, because that's going to be part of it. Like let me know if you would. You don't have to, but if you would, let me know what you would like to learn, because that is going to help me really refine all of the different sections that I put in there. And they said, my grandma said to be, oh, so they said to be a life coach. That's beautiful. Dope. Yes, I'm looking forward to hearing from you, Taryn. Because I genuinely like your input, for sure. Um, is that something that feels good for you, Erica, to be like a life coach? Is that something that like feels like, yeah, I want to do that. I want to help others. Yeah, I can definitely help people release their trauma. um, and I know so much more now than I did back then. I trudged through it. I got stuck a lot. I did a lot of it on my own. Not all the time, but I did a lot of it, a big bulk of it on my own. And I think when you have support and you have like a community and you have tools and a framework, it's so much easier to be able to like, okay, just kind of work the framework and work the process. Um, oh yeah, how was it, Taryn? Because you got energy work last night, right? How are you? How are you doing with all of the energy work? Is it still moving? Is it still moving? um, oh yes, I do. I love helping others. You're a hairstylist, and so I do it all. Yeah, hairstylists are life coaches anyway. I think then you'd be a really good life coach, Erica. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to build that community. We're going to do it. um, I think that'd be dope. Um, it was you, right? Hold on. Do I have? Yeah, yeah. How was your okay, you're saying it's moving. I was exhausted this morning. My back and neck were killing, but I feel so good now. Yeah. That's all of that stuff moving out of your field. Um, will you keep in touch with me over the next few days? Because knowing that, part of what I want to be able to offer in my course is, you know, offering each person, you know, maybe several different one-on-one sessions to be able to clear stuff easier. Um, so let me know how you're doing, if you would, and to see how you're progressing. But yeah. That would be great. You would love more info. I'm going to get it to you. So Erica, let me put you guys on a list because I can't remember who else. There's another a lovely lady that is, I can't remember who it is, that is saying like, yeah, she would love the same thing. So I'm going to put you guys on a list so that when I have the things done and I'm ready to launch it, you guys, I'll reach out to you personally and say, hey, this is where you sign up, and this is where you kind of like read all the things and what it's designed to do. So it was like I woke up with a sore throat and a bad lower backache, but they are both gone now, and I feel lighter. Okay, that's good. That's good. That was we had you, Taryn. I've never done so much energy work in such a short amount of time. Yeah, we had you like, I was seeing the whole thing. We had you like in an egg here and like all of the things going, and Archangel Michael was doing the thing, and there was like all of these other, it was nuts. But I'm glad that it helped, and I'm glad that you feel lighter. Hi Regina, how are you? It was a lot. Yeah, 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 absolutely. So that's why I'm curious to know how you progress. Because if that's something that I can offer in the course to help lighten people's loads so that they don't have all of this distortion and heaviness while they're moving through the things, and we clear just what we can. I never work with out of integrity, but if we can lighten someone's load and clear the way so you can better, more in a more neutral, from a more neutral space, move through things and identify things, then I want to be able to offer that as well. Erica, I have so much stress and I need to be healed of it. I try, but I don't have the tools. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get that. I get that. And here's the thing. I want to teach people to understand that they can just shift out of it. I'm going to teach I'm going to teach the long way and then the short way, the quantum way, because I feel like they're both good tools to have. Like sometimes you need to be able to like move through something a little bit more linearly, have a little bit more process and causation moving through something. And sometimes if you know that you can just quantum shift out of certain things, then you can do that as well. So I want to teach that as well, as to be able to like process the things so you're not bypassing them. Also know that you can quantum shift. So yeah, I will let you ladies know. But if that's all, I think I'm gonna head off and get to bed so I can get up and start working on this. Start working on this coursework again. So I will have all of my lives up by tomorrow night. And thank y'all for hanging out. And Carmela, catch me on another live, my dear. Or, there's so many other readers out there, but if you want to, I would invite you to catch me on another live. I'll be back Monday night, not tomorrow, but I'll be back Monday night, more than likely. Okay. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Mwah. I love you, Erica. Thank you, my